4th.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
Yeah, and a decent morning out there, not too bad.
Yeah, a little mild out there, cloudy skies, looking dry, some patches of fog in some locations as well. And taking a look at those conditions all across central New York, temperatures in the 40s to start out your day here in the Mohawk Valley. In the higher elevations, a little cooler, 37 in Hamilton with some fog, and another location seeing some fog as well is in Oneonta right now. Hard to see from our camera atop Hartwick College, but besides that, we're looking at dry weather on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. And for the next 12 hours, expect clouds to decrease a little bit. Some sunshine peeking out primarily to the western part of central New York as highs approach the upper 50s to low 60s. Not too bad of a day. Weather remains mild heading into the next few days, but it turns more unsettled with more rain showers arriving by Tuesday and Wednesday. We'll talk about that, plus what to expect for the rest of the work week straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks, and don't forget the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning,
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Good morning and welcome back. Happy Monday, everyone. A look at your commute cast as you head out the door. We are looking at drive conditions right now, looking pretty average. Drive speeds around 65 miles per hour along I-90, 50 to 55 along the arterial, 790 to 840, 5S and Route 49. Looking at no travel issues there as well. And heading to work this morning, you could be encountering some patchy, dense fog, especially south of the Mohawk Valley. Some of the southern valleys are seeing that, especially down in Oneonta. But again, this will gradually lift as the morning progresses and as we approach the second half of the day today. This afternoon, looking at partly cloudy skies, no impacts expected for the travel as you head home from work today. Same thing as we head into tomorrow, however. There'll be more chances for some spotty rain showers, especially in the eastern part of central New York as a coastal low moves up into the central New York area. We'll talk about that, plus our rain chances throughout the week straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. A local World War II veteran is being recognized.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This day today starts out a bit on the mild side. Temperatures in the 40s in the valley with the mostly cloudy skies. A live look at our camera at downtown Utica from the Nexus Center. Roads looking dry. Still some clouds up there right just above Utica, low-level clouds. And in some spots, these clouds are low enough to cause patches of some fog, especially in the southern valleys. But as you can still see here, it's a mild start. Temperatures at 45 degrees officially here in the Utica area, and across the Mohawk Valley, 42 Little Falls, 43 up in Dolgeville, 38 Inlet, 42 Otter Lake, 44 Sylvan Beach, 39 in Skenevis, 39 Cooperstown, and 37 degrees over in Norwich. And a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're looking at entirely quiet conditions early this morning, and those temperatures will continue to climb to the 50s, as high as the low 60s in the Mohawk Valley. Going to overall be a very pleasant day today, but we're going to be battling cloud cover. That'll be the main focus today. As you can see here, we see a few breaks by the late morning to early afternoon, but don't be shocked if some locations remain cloudy all day. It takes a bit of forcing from the system out south of us to push some of these clouds away. But it will remain dry for the entire afternoon and evening, but not so much as we head into tomorrow, Wednesday, and the early start of Thursday. A coastal low arrives Tuesday, bringing the chance for rain, especially in the eastern part of the area. Widespread rain on Wednesday, and then lingering showers coming to an end as we head into Thursday. But something that is certain is no snowfall is expected for the next 4 days, bringing our season total from last week's system to 32 inches. We've approached just above 51 inches below average again, and even if we hit multiple nor'easters, multiple snowstorms for March. We are not going to be making up that deficit anytime soon. Our Skycast showing those clouds remaining stubborn. You can see some peaks of sunshine in the late morning, early afternoon, and more clouds moving in again tonight as temperatures remain pretty mild. Then here comes the rain, primarily east of Utica. You can still see parts of western United County remaining entirely dry, but regardless, we'll see a brief dry slot move in Tuesday evening before widespread rain moves in Wednesday morning. Now, this model here has it pushing out a little earlier, but we're thinking it might linger more throughout the day Wednesday before we do dry out by Thursday morning and temperatures remaining in the 40s. But again, for today across central New York, pretty pleasant. Decreasing clouds, highs in the upper 50s, low 60s tonight. Lows in the 30s and 40s with mostly cloudy skies. 7-day forecast. Unsettled the next few days. Sunshine peeking out a lot more clear on Thursday and Friday as highs are in the upper 40s to low 50s. And then by next weekend, another western runner system that could produce rain, snow, and higher elevations. Another type of wintry mix setup, but it's still a pretty mild start to March.
That's for sure. Today looks gorgeous.
Yeah, 60s, 50s, 60s, we'll take that.
Get out there and go for a walk. Eric, thanks. Well, new this morning, blizzard warnings are threatening to bring at least 10 feet of snow and possibly more to the Sierra Nevada mountains. Whiteout conditions are making travel almost impossible. Some 6 million people in Northern California are under that storm warning. Thousands are without power as the storm shows no signs of letting up, and several major highways have been shut down. And that same powerful blizzard is also hammering Nevada, and more snow is on the way. This is new video out of Reno. It covers a 300-mile stretch of the Sierra Nevada that runs from Colfax, California to the Nevada state line. Folks there can expect an additional 1 to 2 feet of snow between today and Wednesday. The time right now, 5:22. Still ahead on Sunrise, General Motors is recalling, get this, 8 is Monday, March 4th, 2024.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And almost balmy out there this morning. Temperatures in the 40s. It feels like spring.
Yeah, it doesn't really feel like it's early March, but yep, it's mild out there. 40s, cloudy skies, a dry start to your day today, and it's going to remain dry for the entire day. However, that's not the case for most of this work week, at least for tomorrow and Wednesday. But again, look at the current conditions right now. It's 45 degrees in Rome, some patchy fog down in Hamilton at 36, and even in parts of Oneonta as we take a live look right there. You could actually see more of the city that we did about a half hour ago as some of that fog is lifting a little bit. But a live look at the Artful Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. All is quiet across central New York this morning, and again, remaining dry for the entire day today. Now, as Gary mentioned, we could be seeing some sunshine for today as highs approach the upper 50s to low 60s. Not too bad of a way to start out your work week. But again, rain begins to arrive tomorrow and Wednesday, and let me cool down a little bit. Not too bad by the middle and end of the work week. We'll talk about that, plus all what to expect for the work week ahead, straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand made the call for...
Welcome back. Your weather photo on this Monday is a great one submitted this weekend, sent in from Hope. Look at this shot right here. It's a heart-shaped clump of snow up in the middle of a tree. She claims a sign from above, and I tend to believe that right there. You don't really see a heart-shaped pack of snow on a tree all too often. This is sent in by Cheryl, sent in from the area of Cheryl. If you want to submit a photo like this one, send it to WKTV.com/weather/pics. Of course, include the location and your name if you want credit. Taking a look at the current conditions right now on the radar, it's looking quiet and dry, and temperatures starting out in the 30s and 40s across a lot of the area, warming up into the 50s, eventually, in some spots, low 60s by this afternoon. Not too bad of a start to your work week, but we'll remain dry today, not so dry as we head into tomorrow and on Wednesday. We'll talk about the rain chances in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. T-minus 19 months and count.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This Monday is starting out mild and dry with some patches of fog, mostly cloudy, but we could see some peaks of sunshine by this afternoon. A live look outside from our camera on the Nexus Center looking directly in downtown Utica. We're seeing, of course, some low-level clouds, some of them, again, low enough to cause fog in the southern valleys. But it's still pretty mild, a 45-degree start to your day. And across central New York, we can see those temperatures remaining more on the warm side in Oneida County, 45 Westmoreland, 44 Sylvan Beach, even down in the Mohawk Valley, 42 Little Falls. A little cooler up in the North Country, 43 though, up in Lowville. But to the south, those are where the cooler temperatures remain, 39 Skenevis, 38 Norwich, 34 degrees in Sherburne. And a live look with the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar. We're looking at entirely quiet conditions here locally, again, aside from some patchy fog. But we warm up into the 40s, 50s, and if we're lucky, the 60-degree mark in the Mohawk Valley. Dry weather, of course, but the one thing we'll be tracking today are those clouds. They'll remain pretty stubborn this morning, and there'll be a lot of moving parts in the atmosphere today. So if we're lucky, we'll see some sunshine by the mid-afternoon before clouds move in yet again as we head into the overnight hours. One thing is for certain, though, it's going to be dry and remaining dry for the entire day, but as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, a slightly different story. A coastal low moves up the Atlantic, causing some rain showers, primarily in locations in Otsego and Herkimer County, and then widespread rain Wednesday before we dry out by Thursday afternoon. Another certain thing, no snowfall expected the next few days, so our snowfall deficit climbs yet again above 50 inches below average. We have a 32 inches to date. And the average snowfall this time of year is already up to 83.6 inches. Stubborn clouds this morning, giving way to some peaks of sunshine early this afternoon. But as you can still see here, some southerly wind will bring in a few clouds heading closer to sunset, with temperatures still remaining mild, even overnight, with lows falling only into the low 40s. Then, that coastal low I was mentioning sweeps up parts of the area. You can still see here some widespread rain out to the east, drying out a little bit by Tuesday evening before widespread rain arrives Wednesday morning and lingers for the most part throughout the day. This model here shows it exiting a little sooner, but just expect unsettled weather throughout Wednesday before we dry out by Thursday morning. Again, today across central New York, a pretty pleasant day. Temperatures in the 50s, as high as the low 60s, decreasing clouds. Tonight, mostly cloudy, lows down into the 40s and 30s. 7-day forecast. Mild the next few days, 50s for Tuesday and for Wednesday, with widespread rain Wednesday, drying out a little bit on Thursday with more sun heading into the second half of the work week. But beyond that, we're looking at more rain and snow heading into next weekend. And another thing, too, is the clocks, they move forward.
Oh, this
Spring
weekend.
ahead,
Yeah.
this weekend.
Wow.
Get ready for that, guys.
I love that, though.
Sunrise gets later, but the sunset, near 7:30.
Get out and play.
Yes.
Eric, thanks. Well, a television show, 24.
Now, the news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us here on this Monday. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
And balmy temperatures out there this morning, mid-40s already.
Yeah, that's right. A pretty quiet start to the day. It's going to be dry. It's going to be pleasant. Temperatures in the 50s and 60s, so go out and enjoy the nice weather. If we're lucky, we'll see some sunshine.
Yes.
But something we'll not be seeing is a pretty notable thing that happened last week. Those of you who remember that very strong cold front, that Arctic blast, the flash freeze, temperatures falling from the 60s to the 20s and teens. Along that line, there was a confirmed tornado touchdown, not an EF0, an EF1, 100-mile-per-hour max sustained wind on the ground for just under half a mile in the path width with 150 yards. It was in Castle Creek, just north of Binghamton, I think it was during the evening hours of that strong front push through. So add that to your bingo card of things you never expected to happen this past winter. Temperatures in the 40s at Rome, 34 down in Hamilton with some patchy fog. You can see some of it right now in Oneonta, but thankfully it looks to have lifted a little more than we saw around an hour or so ago. Radar is dry, and over the next 12 hours, it's going to continue to remain dry and pretty pleasant with temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s, some peaks of sunshine. But as we head into the next few days, not all completely dry. We're tracking widespread rain arriving by the middle of the week. We'll track it, the timing, and let you know exactly when we dry out once again coming up. Gary?
Eric, thanks. And don't forget, the Storm Tracker 2 forecast is never more than 10 minutes away. New this morning, the final sprint is on, heading into Super Tuesday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired.
Welcome back. Taking a look at your commute cast as you head out the door this morning. First off, a live look at those drive times along I-90 and the arterial. As you can see right here, nothing out of the ordinary, no accidents. Of course, road conditions are dry. So there is no tricky travel. Same thing for 5S east and west, and for Route 49 from Utica to Rome. Average speed between 60 and 65 on 49 and 50 to 55 along 5S from Mohawk to Utica. Heading to work this morning, there will be some patches of fog, primarily in the higher elevations south of the Mohawk Valley. But besides that, things are looking dry for the most part this morning and for this afternoon, with partly cloudy skies arriving by your evening commute. This day will remain dry. However, as we head into tomorrow and Wednesday, more spotty rain showers arrive tomorrow, and then more widespread rain on Wednesday. We'll talk about that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Thanks. A local World War II veteran is being recognized for his blizzard warnings are threatening to bring at least 10 feet of snow and possibly more to the Sierra Nevada mountains in Northern California. Whiteout conditions are making travel almost impossible. Some 6 million people are under a storm warning. Thousands are without power as the storm shows no signs of letting up, and several major highways in that area are shut down. And that same powerful blizzard is also hammering Nevada, and more snow is on the way there as well. This is new video out of Reno from last night. It covers a 300-mile stretch of the Sierra Nevadas. Folks can expect an additional 1 to 2 feet of snow between today and Wednesday.
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. As we take a look in downtown Oneonta right now, we're looking at quiet conditions, patches of fog and some higher elevations, but it's dry and it's mild in a lot of spots. Look at those current conditions right now. In Oneonta, it's 39, but in the Mohawk Valley, a slightly different story. By the way, the sunrise time is getting sooner and sooner, now at 6:31 this morning. It's just a few short minutes, the sun will rise. Unfortunately, though, it might be blocked out by some of these clouds. Oneida County, the hot spot this morning, 45 Sylvan Beach, Westmoreland, Westernville, 42 Otter Lake, 42 in Little Falls. A little cooler up in as you head into Hamilton County. Southern Valleys, 40 degrees, Cooperstown, 39, Snevis, 37, Norwich, the cold pocket up in Madison County and northern Shenango County, 34, those current temperatures. A live look at the radar. Everything is quiet here locally, and those temperatures will climb into the 50s, approaching near 60 in the lowest elevations this afternoon. And it's remaining dry, but something that we'll be tracking today will be the cloud cover. It's a very tricky forecast just for clouds, surprisingly. We've got multiple systems impacting our weather locally. Our thoughts are we'll see a break of sunshine or two in the mid-afternoon before clouds begin to move in, approaching this evening and overnight. But regardless, enjoy the dry weather and those mild conditions with temperatures in the 50s near low 60. Unsettled weather arrives by tomorrow. Widespread rain on Wednesday, drying out on Thursday, but something that's pretty certain, a serious lack of snowfall for the next few days. And it's because of that, Our departure has risen back below 50 inches below normal. Our snowfall to date is 32 inches. Our average this time of year is around 83.6, so quite the deficit right there. Our skycast showing clouds this morning, some peaks of sunshine early this afternoon, and as we head into this evening, more clouds begin to arrive, mostly cloudy tonight, with lows falling only into the low 40s. A coastal low producing some scattered showers primarily east by Tuesday morning to Tuesday afternoon, and then dry slot moves in by Tuesday evening before more widespread rain arrives again Tuesday night into early Wednesday. As you can still see here, widespread rain continuing on throughout the morning and afternoon of Wednesday. Our model here shows it exiting a little sooner, but regardless, remaining unsettled until Thursday morning before things do dry out with sunshine. But for today, enjoy the mild and warm weather, decreasing clouds, temperatures upper 50s, low 60s. Tonight, mild and cool, 40s with mostly cloudy skies. Your 7-day forecast. Rain showers for Tuesday and Wednesday, drying out Thursday with sunshine heading into Friday, and by next weekend it's a little cooler and there's still some chances for some rain and snow yet again as a western runner moves up the coast. But on Sunday, daylight saving comes to an end, our clocks get pushed forward. I get one less hour of sleep, so do you. But the sunset time goes up to 7:30.
Yeah.
Right around that time, so a very late sunset. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, let spring begin.
Spring is right around the corner.
That's for sure, Eric. And be sure to like us on Facebook and follow us on
The news with Gary Liberatore and meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this half hour. I'm Gary Liberatore.
And I'm Storm Tracker 2, meteorologist Eric Gage.
March 4th already. Where's this month going?
It is already flying by. Yeah, it's already the 4th of March. February flew by, and I think it's flown by because we haven't really had a winter.
Yeah.
It's been such a mild one.
So many people commenting on that.
Yeah, it's been unfortunately affecting businesses up north, but those that were not wanting the snow, well, the wish was granted. It's been a pretty mild one. In fact, another mild start to your day today. Let's take a look at those temperatures across central New York. 45 in Rome right now, and in the southern valleys, 34. Hamilton, that's the cold pocket up in northern Otsego County and southern Madison County. Warmer temperatures are in Otsego County and parts of Herkimer County. But a live look at Oneonta, the sun has risen about a minute or so ago. In fact, it's just right around the minute mark right here, 6:31. So pretty spot on with that sunrise time. And as you can see there, quiet conditions, some patchy fog. A live look at the radar. Things are looking pretty quiet here across central New York. And over the next 12 hours, expect clouds to give way to some peaks of sunshine by this afternoon. But it's dry and it's warm as highs approach the upper 50s to low 60s. We're tracking mild weather for the next few days, but the dry weather comes to an end. We're looking at rain showers tomorrow in some spots, then widespread rain on Wednesday. We'll talk about the rain chances plus what to expect for all the work week ahead. Straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. Senator Kirsten Gillibrand made the...
Welcome back. Showcasing our weather photo of the day on this Monday. This one was a great shot submitted over the weekend. A sign from above. It's a heart-shaped piece of snow in a branch up in a tree. Looks pretty special right there. Sent in from Hope. Again, if you want to submit a photo like this, a very unique one right here as well, send it WKTV.com/weather/pics. Include the location, and as always, include your name as well if you want credit. A live look at current conditions here locally in central New York this morning. Quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar with temperatures in the 40s in the Mohawk Valley, a cold pocket in parts near Hamilton and Madison County, and slightly cooler as always up in the North Country. But it remains quiet today and even warm with temperatures climbing into the 40s, 50s, and in some spots near 60. We're tracking more mild weather continuing over the next few days, but rain chances returning. We'll talk about all that straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. T-minus 19 months and counting.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good morning. Welcome back, everyone. This is starting out to be a dry one with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. And cloudy skies, some locations of patchy fog. Taking a live look across central New York from the Mesnet Camera Network, we're seeing peaks of blue skies in Brookfield, but as you look out to Morrisville, there's some dense fog out there as well, and mostly cloudy everywhere else. So as you can still see, differing conditions all across central New York early this morning. And our sky watchers checking in the 40s here in the central New York area. First off, Bob in Clinton 44, Mike in New Hartford 43, Todd out in Westdale with 40 degrees, Bill and Sean up in the North Country in the low 40s, upper 30s, and in the Southern Valleys 40s and 30s. 40 with Pat at Skenevis, Stuart in Cooperstown 42, Diane in West Lawrence 37, Scott in Evanston with 41, and of course same with Devin Hartwick and Tom and Lawrence, Mark in Milford with 39. A live look at the radar. Quiet conditions here this morning, lingering clouds, patchy fog, and besides that, those temperatures will continue to climb today into the 50s, approaching near 60 here in the Mohawk Valley. Now, we have stubborn clouds across the area early this morning, and they'll be remaining stubborn for the next few hours. We could see some peaks of sunshine by the late morning, early afternoon before more clouds move in again by tonight. But it will remain dry, not so much as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday of this week. Showers east on Tuesday, widespread rain arriving on Wednesday. But what is certain is there's no snow expected between now, Thursday, and into parts of Friday. And so because of that, our average snowfall this time of year, 83.6 inches. Look at that deficit. 32 total inches in Utica. Departure rose past 51 inches yet again. Our Skycast showing clouds this morning, temperatures in the 30s and 40s, but quickly warming into the upper 50s by this afternoon. Some peaks of sunshine before clouds move in again this evening and tonight. Mostly cloudy overnight, then some rain, primarily east by tomorrow afternoon. You still see here the rain exiting our area from a coastal low. A dry slot, maybe some sunshine by tomorrow evening before more widespread rain arrives overnight tomorrow night, lingering into most of Wednesday before things dry out by Thursday. But today, across central New York, enjoy the warm weather and temperatures approaching near 60. Pretty pleasant tonight. 40s and 30s with mostly cloudy skies in your 7-day forecast. Again, it's mild the next few days, turning unsettled by Tuesday and Wednesday, drying out Thursday with sunshine lingering into Friday. We've got low pressure coming in this next weekend, but as we head into next Sunday, daylight saving comes to an end. Move those clocks forward an hour, and that sunset even later.
Wow. A lot of people looking forward to that.
Yes, 7:30 sunset. I'll definitely be enjoying that.
Great to get out. Got out of work and get out for a nice walk.
Yes, that's for sure.
The time right now is 6:51. Still ahead on Sunrise. Eric Gage joining us now. And Eric, it should be a pretty decent day out there for folks to get outside and do some walking or whatnot, right?
Yeah, great outdoor weather today. The sun is peeking out. Temperatures in the 50s. If I had a comfort index, I'd put it up there. It's not quite 60s to 70s yet, but it is still pretty nice out. As a matter of fact, we actually broke a record today. I was not expecting this. Usually I assume March records would be in the 60s, maybe 70s, but looking at the records, the warmest today ever got was 55 degrees set back in 1946. So, of course, we already broke that record at 56 degrees officially in Rome right now, and it is expected to get even warmer. Watertown at 62. 68 degrees in Buffalo, nearing 70 by the time the afternoon continues on. So again, very warm out in western New York. It's cooler as you head out to Albany, only 50 degrees. Even warmer up in Saranac Lake at 57. Radar looking quiet. Stubborn clouds sticking around in parts of the eastern portion of central New York, St. Johnsville, Little Falls, Cooperstown, Oneonta. Those clouds still hanging around, but in Utica, Rome, everywhere just west of Utica, we're seeing some sunshine. And over the next 12 hours, highs approaching near 60. Cooling down to a mild mid to low 40s overnight tonight with mostly cloudy skies, and weather turns a bit more on the unsettled side with rain shower chances both tomorrow and Wednesday. We'll talk about that in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. The Ilion American Legion will be hosting an open house this
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon. Welcome back, everyone. It's turning out to be a very pleasant day here in the Utica area. Some locations still seeing some stubborn clouds, but sunshine and temperatures in the 50s. A pretty nice start to the work week. Downtown Utica, live view right now, blue skies, a pretty pleasant start with 55, the current temperature condition in Utica, 1 degree warmer. As you head out to Rome, officially 56 degrees with mostly cloudy skies, a decent east-southeast breeze, and those daylight hours getting longer and longer. Remember, we were gaining an hour and a half of sunlight between the first of the month and the last of the month, so the days continue to get longer faster and faster. A live look at conditions all across central New York from Mesna, Cameron Network. We can see blue skies out in Morrisville, Camden, Redfield. But as you head out to the east, there's some stubborn clouds sticking around in Oppenheim, down to Springfield, Otsego County, going closer to Oneonta, Otego, all those towns down there. But the radar is looking quiet, and we're expected to remain quiet for the entire day today. Notice we started out in the 40s this morning. We warmed up into the 60s, 50s to low 60s by this afternoon between 3 and 4 p.m. Now, regarding cloud cover, again, we have stubborn clouds sticking around here and there, and we'll be seeing on and off clouds throughout the evening and into the overnight as clouds continue to move in. But regardless, it's going to be great weather to go out for that afternoon run, whether it's going to be around noontime for your work walk or possibly right after you get out of work at 5 p.m. Temperature still in the 50s, feels like temp at 56 degrees, and weather will continue to remain quiet. However, by Tuesday and Wednesday, we're looking at an unsettled weather pattern moving in. And what I mean by that is we've got high pressure here locally keeping things quiet, but it's dragging in some moisture from the coast, producing these clouds out in the eastern part of the area. Now, by tomorrow, we have a coastal low pressure moving up. Notice it barely misses parts of central New York, parts of western Utica County, even onwards to Onondaga County. You might miss out on rain entirely for the day tomorrow. But some areas out east could see a lot more. Regardless, a dry slot moves in, a cold front pushes through. Now, there's some uncertainty in how long that front remains stationary over central New York, as that determines whether it's Wednesday will be a washout from sunrise to sunset. But as you can see here, mostly cloudy skies tonight. By tomorrow, that rain moves in primarily east. That comes to an end. Maybe some sunshine by the late evening before more rain moves in again Wednesday, early Wednesday morning, lingering throughout the late morning, early afternoon, and then coming to an end, hopefully, by the early start of Thursday. But this system could still linger a little bit longer as we head into early Thursday morning. But for today, across central New York, enjoy the sun and the warm weather tonight. Lows in the 30s and 40s, mostly cloudy skies, 7-day forecast. Mild the next few days, Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, rain chances there, drying out by Thursday afternoon and Friday with some sunshine. And then as we head into this coming weekend, it's looking more on the rain and snowy side, cooling down a little bit. So not nearly as dry as today.
Yeah, we'll focus on today, that's for sure.
Yeah, we'll enjoy the nice weather.
Yeah, gorgeous day. Eric, thanks. To Texas now, where overnight, yet another wildfire fighters battling the Smokehouse Creek fire, which has destroyed more than 1 million acres, were diverted as flames closed in on the small town of Sanford. NBC's Morgan Chesky has more.
Overnight, a searing reminder this Texas firefight is far from over. On the ground, crews meeting flames head on to save the small town of Sanford, while up above, choppers and planes targeted the fire's edge.
Authorities have already evacuated the town. Today was a red flag day, meaning hotter temperatures, higher winds. This is what happens when those conditions are prime.
As crews fight on, the largest fire in state history remains only 15% contained. The Smokehouse Creek fire torching more than 1 million acres, hundreds of homes, and leaving at least 2 people dead. While the cause remains under investigation, Stinnett Fire Chief Alan Wells says his team made a troubling find outside town.
What'd they find at the end of the dirt road?
That basically what they had, just that broken power pole with the pole on the ground, is my understanding.
One woman now suing energy company Xcel. Her lawsuit stating a wooden pole Xcel failed to properly inspect snapped off at its base and powered utility lines at the ground, igniting a fire. In response, Xcel telling NBC News, "We will cooperate with officials while conducting our own investigations." Meanwhile, in Canadian, where many ranchers lost livestock and land.
It's going to take years and years for us to get over this situation here.
From Mississippi to Montana, donations of hay piling up, trying to help a hard-hit town get back in the saddle.
And as we are dealing with very nice weather for early March, check this out in the Sierra Nevadas, Lake Tahoe. Boy, they're dealing with almost 10 feet of snow, almost unimaginable.
Yeah, it's unimaginable. And also, for me, it's kind of weird to see how California is seeing all this snow, and then here in central New York, a complete opposite. Usually in March, we're thinking we get snow here in California is pretty nice, but let's take a look at what the radar looked like with this system. As you saw behind us, lots and lots of snow. Well, you have all that moisture coming off the Pacific. It hits that wall of cold air in the Sierras, and take a look at that right there. That's such an impressive signature of snowfall, and unfortunately a lot more snow than a lot of people definitely wanted up there as well. But zooming out to here in central New York, a different story. Pretty quiet on the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 live radar, and a live look at the satellite too as well. We're dealing still with some stubborn clouds in western New York. Oppenheim still under mostly cloudy skies. Some clouds have cleared out in Oneonta and parts of Cooperstown, but as you head farther to the west, there is more and more sunshine. And over the next 12 hours, we continue to see dry weather, temperatures in the upper 50s, nearing 60 in the lowest elevations. That may cool down to the mild side as we head into the overnight hours, but the dry weather does come to an end for some locations. We're talking about rain chances over the next few days in detail straight ahead. Gary?
Eric, thanks. New this noon, the University of Maryland has suspended all for
From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's meteorologist Eric Gage.
Good afternoon and welcome back. We are continuing to track warm temperatures across the area. Some locations already nearing 60. Out near Syracuse, mid to upper 60s. Already a very beautiful day out there this afternoon. A live look at Oneonta right now. Those clouds have whisked away in a lot of areas. Still, clouds remaining stubborn in Lawrence, in parts of Otsego County, Oppenheim, and Fulton, Montgomery counties, but you can still see here some puffy cumulus clouds starting to form. It looks more like I would say a late spring, early summer day out there with these clouds across the area. Those temperatures from our sky watchers checking in near 60 in Clinton, probably have already reached that by the time support has come in. In the 50s up in Old Forge with Bill and Sean, Jeff and Mohawk with 57 degrees, and looking at Otsego with 55 degrees. And across the central New York area on the Mesnet Camera Network, a tractor doing some farm work over there right now. And across the southern valleys, you can see some clouds still sticking around, but Herkimer blue skies. Same for parts of Woodgate and Camden. And on the radar, besides the clouds, things are pretty dry and remaining warm as well into the next few hours, cooling down to the low 50s to 40s by the overnight hours. In fact, it's going to be great weather, though, for either heading out for that mid-afternoon run or post-work run, either by noontime today or by 5 p.m. This evening. Temperatures in the upper 50s to low 60s, and those feels like temps feeling pretty similar with completely dry weather. That changes, though, as we head into Tuesday and into Wednesday, but not everyone will be seeing rain by tomorrow. As a matter of fact, we're tracking high pressure, keeping things quiet here locally, but it is dragging in some moisture, producing some clouds here in the eastern portion of central New York. But by tomorrow, a coastal low begins to move up into New York. We can see not everyone will see that rain. It actually skims part of possibly Utica and everywhere east and areas west out closer to Camden, out to Oswego. That looks to dry out for the most part. But regardless of the early morning Tuesday rainfall, by Tuesday evening and Tuesday night, a cold front moves through, keeping things pretty rainy heading into the overnight hours and early Wednesday. The tricky forecast part of this will be Wednesday afternoon, whether that rain will stick around or continue to shift south. But for now, enjoy the nice weather, sunshine, temperatures in the 50s and 60s. But by this evening, mostly cloudy, looking dry until early tomorrow morning. That coastal low produces some rain showers primarily out to the east, drying out before that front brings more rain heading into the overnight hours by Wednesday morning. For today, 60s, decreasing clouds, beautiful weather tonight. Lows falling into the 40s and 30s in your 7-day forecast. Remaining mild the next few days, 48 for the high Thursday, 50 the high Friday. We're drying out both those days as well before things turn more unsettled yet again by Saturday and Sunday. And something that Bill mentioned too on Facebook was he said it was March 4th and he's seeing more motorcycles out than snowmobiles. And I feel like that's a pretty common sentiment this winter. It's been a lot more warm weather than cold weather.
That's for sure. You were mentioning Oneida nearing 70 already.
Yeah,
right?
it's getting really warm out there.
Wow, crazy.
Toasty.
Yeah, crazy, early March. Well, Iowa guard Caitlin Clark beat Pete Maravich.
The first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Absolutely gorgeous day today. If you didn't get out and go for a walk, you still have time.
Yeah, a little bit of time. We climbed into the 60s today. We broke the record high by quite a bit. In fact, as we look at the numbers here, the daily record high 55 set back in 1946, 63 the unofficial high temperature today. This is the 6th daily high temperature record that we've broken between February and March. And it just goes to show you that this is extremely unusual to be this warm at this point in the year. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Our current temperature is 60 degrees, so we are going to cool off this evening. We are tracking an increase in cloud cover as we get into tonight. Unsettled weather throughout the week. It's not going to be as nice over the next several days as it was today. We're tracking some light rain showers tomorrow, Wednesday, as well as Thursday. But the weather remains very mild. We won't be quite as warm as today, but we will be much warmer than average here as we head into the week. Temperatures remain above average tonight. We'll be in the upper 40s to low 50s with mostly partly cloudy skies. Again, tracking some rain chances ahead. We'll look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. If you live in Secaucus, you may have a little disruption in your water service tomorrow and Wednesday.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. I hope you had a chance to enjoy a lovely spring day in Central New York. The weather is going to change heading throughout the week. We're tracking rainfall, some unsettled weather, and some things to track here over the next couple of days. Tomorrow, scattered showers, more of a steadier rain east of Utica. Wednesday, on and off rain showers. Thursday, scattered showers, especially early. The nicest outdoor day this week looks to be Friday. We should get a chance to dry out. Hope you had a chance to enjoy today. Still nice outside. It's a live look in downtown Utica. Partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures are still in the low 60s in some areas. This is a live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. Current temperatures, again, in the 60s at some of the lower elevations. Westmoreland, 60 degrees. Sylvan Beach, 65. Dolgeville, 58. Inlet, 54. Across Southern Valleys, Cooperstown, 59. Oneonta, 55. And Norwich with 59 degrees. Look to the west. Parts of western and areas west of us, out towards Syracuse, hit 70 today. In fact, it's still 71 in Rochester, in Buffalo, 72 in Dansville. And again, not going to get quite that warm here this week. Our next weather maker, again, is going to bring clouds and some rain showers. Radar and satellite image, again, areas east of central New York holding on to the cloud cover a little bit longer out towards Albany and into the lower Hudson Valley. The next weather maker will be approaching from the south. This swirl that you see off the coast of North Carolina is an area of low pressure. Not a big one, but this one will be drifting to the north and east. It's a rainmaker. And again, because it's small, it's not going to have a large impact, but it will bring clouds and showers to our area heading into tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast tonight, increasing clouds, overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. It'll be a very mild night for early March. Tomorrow, not as warm as today. Looking at some steady rain, especially east of Utica. Temperatures climb to near 50. But again, it does look cold and damp, especially in some areas east of Utica. Tomorrow night, the weather looks to dry out. It's temporary, though. Our next weather maker arrives on Wednesday. This is a very slow-moving cold front, and I'm thinking more of a steadier rain throughout the majority of Wednesday with high temperatures in the low to mid-50s. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 43. Tomorrow, rain is expected to develop. Again, it looks steadiest east of Utica, a high temperature of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Scattered showers on Wednesday, 55. Rain showers early Thursday, and then we get a chance to dry out. Friday looks nice, and then more unsettled weather for the weekend. And that image that you see on Sunday, that spinning image, that's just to remind you that the clocks are going to change.
Spring ahead.
We're springing ahead. We're going to talk more about that coming up in just a few minutes.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Bill. Thanks to sponsorship from Scalzo Zogby and meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're talking about the time change that is coming up this weekend as we we make our transition back to daylight saving time, which is where we are for most of the year. We'll lose an hour. We spring ahead, and this will be your new sunrise and sunset time. The sunrise on Sunday will be 7:18. The sunset goes to 7:03. So we lose daylight in the morning, but we gain daylight in the evening as we switch the clocks. Again, that's going to be taking place Saturday night. Temperatures are going to remain very mild over the next few days. We're not going to be as warm as today. We made it to 63 today. We'll be in the 50s for most of the week, and that's because our weather is going to change. We're expecting some rain on and off throughout the week. It's dry out there this evening. I hope you had a chance to enjoy a lovely early spring day. Temperatures in the 60s, more reminiscent of early May than early March. Taking the dog out for a walk this evening, temperatures will be in the 50s. Should be a lovely evening. Tonight's featured dog, Mackie from Whitesboro. This is brought to you by Nye Automotive Group. We're tracking rain again throughout the week. A look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. The State Department of Health is echoing the CDC. We go to Texas now, where overnight, yet another wildfire tore through the state's panhandle. Some firefighters battling the Smokehouse Creek fire, which has destroyed more than 1 million acres, were diverted as flames closed in on the small town of Sanford. Morgan Chesky is covering all of it for us tonight.
Overnight, a searing reminder this Texas firefight is far from over. On the ground, crews meeting flames head on to save the small town of Sanford. While up above, choppers and planes targeted the fire's edge.
Authorities have already evacuated the town. Today was a red flag day, meaning hotter temperatures, higher winds. This is what happens when those conditions are prime.
As crews fight on, the largest fire in state history remains only 15% contained. The Smokehouse Creek fire torching more than 1 million acres, hundreds of homes, and leaving at least 2 people dead. While the cause remains under investigation, Stinnett Fire Chief Alan Wells says his team made a troubling find outside town.
What'd they find at the end of the dirt road?
Basically what they had, just that broken power pole with the pole on the ground is my understanding.
One woman now suing energy company Xcel. Her lawsuit stating a wooden pole Xcel failed to properly inspect snapped off at its base and powered utility lines at the ground, igniting a fire. In response, Xcel telling NBC News, we will cooperate with officials while conducting our own investigations. Meanwhile, in Canadian, where many ranchers lost livestock and land.
It's going to take years and years for us to get over this situation here.
From Mississippi to Montana, donations of hay piling up, trying to help a hard-hit town get back in the saddle.
It's Morgan Chesky reporting. Now from fires to snow. California's Sierra Nevada mountains saw nearly 10 feet of snow in the last 3 days. Cars were trapped when an avalanche crashed onto a road south of Lake Tahoe. Even ski areas that love the snow were closed for days due to dangerous conditions and gusting winds. It is 60 degrees atop Smith Hill, 58 degrees in Cooperstown. Your full Storm Tracker 2 weather forecast is next. Hey, thanks for watching the Live at 5 News Hour.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are continuing to track widespread rain that will be arriving tomorrow as it approaches from the south. I hope you had a chance to enjoy just a very lovely, warm spring day here. This type of weather is highly unusual. We're typically in the low 40s, but we made it into the low 60s earlier today. And we're going to be seeing a mild weather stick around, but the nice weather, the sunshine that we saw today, unfortunately, will not. We have some scattered showers in the forecast for Tuesday, especially east of Utica. The rain becomes more widespread Wednesday, showers early Thursday, but we do get a chance to dry out on Friday. Throughout this stretch, temperatures will be about 10 to 15 degrees above average as opposed to more than 20 degrees. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. The weather looks quiet across the region. But again, that's going to change. The melt meter, if there's any snow around, it's going to continue to melt here over the next several days. There really isn't much left, especially in the lower elevations. Sky watchers checking in with temperatures in the low 60s. Clinton 62, Yorkville 59, Forestport 51, Curtis 52 degrees, Inlet 51, and Mohawk with 57. Still in the upper 50s across the Southern Valley. Skinevas 59, Markin Milford checking in with 53. We are watching an area of low pressure approaching from the south. These typically produce snow just based on the track, but of course it's so warm in the atmosphere, especially in the east, that this will stay a rainmaker as it lifts to the north and east. It glances our area again, so it does bring clouds and some rain showers again for areas east of Utica. Increasing clouds tonight, overnight lows drop down to the low 40s. Take a look at the cutoff with this rain. Again, it's mainly east of Utica that gets the steady rainfall. So Herkimer County, Otsego County, looking at steady rain as we get into Tuesday afternoon. Temperatures will climb into the 40s where the rain is more persistent and near 50 where it stays generally dry. Tomorrow night, the weather looks to dry out in the evening, but the next round of rain will be arriving as we head into Wednesday morning. This is part of a cold front that will bring widespread steady rain throughout most of Wednesday, with high temperatures in the mid-50s. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low temperature of 43. Tomorrow, rain is expected to develop, especially east of Utica, a high temperature of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Clouds, showers as we head into Wednesday, 55. Thursday, steady rain in the morning gives way to dry conditions in the afternoon, 51. Beautiful on Friday, a return to sunshine, temperatures in the low 50s. The weather turns unsettled and it does get colder as we head into the weekend. Steady rain on Saturday, rain switching over to snow showers late Sunday, and snow showers. Temperatures in the upper 30s, a lot closer to average as we look ahead to next Monday. We'll be right back.
Forecast at 6, there's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
So we're tracking a very warm day today. In fact, take a look at the temperatures. We ended up breaking the record high. That was 55 degrees, 63. The unofficial high temperature today. We'll know between hours if this number was warmer than that. But the bottom line is this is record number 6, the 6th high temperature record that has fallen here in the past several weeks. That includes February and now early March. A live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Our current temperature is down to 57, but it still remains a very mild evening here across the region. We are tracking rain as we move forward. In fact, I hope you had a chance to enjoy a lovely day today because it's not looking like that for the rest of the week. Some clouds, some showers to track. The weather will stay unsettled here through Thursday. Forecast for this evening, again, we do cool off pretty quickly. Partly cloudy skies, temperatures in the upper 40s to low 50s. Again, tracking some rain for the next couple of days. A look at the forecast is coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Herkimer Police and the Federal Bureau of...
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We are tracking a change in our weather as we head throughout the week. Rain showers return. The weather stays pretty mild for this time of the year, but it won't be as warm as today. Those showers will be around tomorrow, especially east of Utica. Wednesday, widespread, generally light. Thursday, steadiest in the morning. We finally get a chance to dry out on Friday with a return to sunshine. And with temperatures being way above average, the next round of precipitation will stay entirely rain across all of central New York. That's very unusual for this time of the year. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. A reminder that this is the weekend that the clocks change. We're going to spring ahead Saturday night. Our sunrise time will change from 6 to 7 a.m. And our sunset will go from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Again, we shift the clocks. We go back to daylight saving time. Again, this is for Saturday night. Sky watchers checking in. Temperatures in the low 60s. Clinton 62. Micah, New Hartford 59. Curtis checking in with 52 degrees. Inlet 51. Westford 56 degrees. Paynes Hollow with 58. We're tracking an area of low pressure to the south. It's a small one, but this rotating area of precipitation will be lifting to the north and moving, taking a track along the coast. So this one will bring part of our area some rain as we head into tomorrow. Increasing clouds tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. A glancing shot of rain tomorrow. It's a close call, but I think it's areas from Utica east, so that includes all of the Mohawk Valley at Siegel County into the Adirondacks. More of a steadier rain tomorrow afternoon. We'll get a chance to dry out tomorrow evening. The next round of rain arrives from the west. This is a cold front, and this will bring a steady rain throughout most of Wednesday with high temperatures in the low 50s. The rain doesn't look all that heavy, but again, it does look to be pretty widespread and persistent here over the next couple of days. Tonight, increasing clouds, a low of 43. Tomorrow, rain develops, especially east of Utica, with a high of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Scattered showers on Wednesday, 55. Steady rain early Thursday, and then we'll dry out in the afternoon. Friday's weather looks nice. The one and only dry day here. Rain returns over the weekend, and it does get colder with snow showers returning, looking ahead to Monday.
Oh, well, you know what? Enjoy the 50s while you can.
It is going to be warm here for most of the week.
All right, We'll take that. Thanks, Bill. Still to come on News Channel 2 at 6. The best first look at the forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. Boy, we've been breaking all sorts of records this year, and it's not below zero records either.
Yeah, this is number 6. The daily high temperature record set pretty good today.
Yeah.
63, the record high 55 for today's date, 1946. So this is, again, the 6th one that we've done so far in February and early March. We are expecting warm weather for the next several days, but it's not going to be that warm going forward. Temperatures will be in the 50s, and a lot of this has to do with the change in the weather. We're expecting to see some light rain return to central New York here beginning tomorrow, and again sticking around throughout a good portion of the week. As far as temperatures go, again, we'll be in the 50s during the day. Live look at the Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. Things look pretty quiet across the region. Temperature-wise, we're still near 50 degrees. Well, down to 48. Clear skies with light winds. And as we head into tonight, overnight lows will drop down into the low 40s with increasing clouds. We're tracking some rain as we head into tomorrow. Look at the forecast coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Take a look at this weapon.
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking the chance for rain over the next couple of days. It's looking scattered tomorrow, widespread Wednesday, scattered on Thursday. So unsettled weather kind of lingers around. Friday, we get a chance to dry out. Today's weather, really nice. Unfortunately, that's not going to return anytime soon. It does look nice on Friday, just not quite as warm as today. Temperatures throughout the week will be in the 50s. Live look at New Yorkville Battery Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across the region. A reminder that this is the weekend that the clocks change. We go ahead 1 hour. Saturday night, our new sunrise time goes to 7:18. Our sunset time will be after 7 p.m. And again, we transition over to daylight saving time. Again, this is for Saturday night. We spring ahead, we lose an hour, Well, for a lot of us, it's sleep. Again, that'll be taking place over the weekend. Look at how warm it is to the west. Buffalo is still checking in at 61 degrees, Rochester 59, Dansville 57. And again, that mild weather is going to be sticking around. Again, this is warmer right now than it would be even during the day if this was a normal March afternoon. And again, that warming trend is going to continue. We're keeping an eye to the south. This area of low pressure is going to swing to the north and east and clip our area, bringing some of us some rain as we head into tomorrow. Storm Tracker 2 Skycast, increasing clouds tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. The leading edge of this rain looks to be generally east of Utica as we head into the day tomorrow. So Herkimer County, Otsego County, seeing some light rain. I think Utica and points north and west will be generally dry. Temperature-wise, high temperatures will be near 50 where it stays dry, and only in the 40s where the rain is more persistent. This rain will be very light, by the way. And then it does come to an end across the entire area by 5 p.m. We should get a few breaks of sunshine before the day is done. The next round of rain arrives on Wednesday. This one looks to linger in our area for most of the day with high temperatures in the low to mid 50s. Rainfall amounts, so again, over the next couple of days look to be on the light side. Increasing clouds tonight, low 43. Tomorrow, rain showers, especially east of Utica, high of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Temperatures in the low to mid 50s on Wednesday with continued clouds and showers. Showers early Thursday, drying out in the afternoon, 51. Friday looks nice, and then it turns unsettled again with rain on Saturday. It turning much colder here with some rain and snow showers Sunday and Monday.
I don't think we can quite just say, hey, well, winter's over. You never know what's coming in March.
That's right. And you know what? It's just a good reminder. It is still early March. Expect the unexpected. Don't put the snow blower away at least a few more weeks.
Keep your boots out.
Yes.
All right. Thanks, Bill. Coming up next, a document. Look at the forecast here at 11. Here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis. And, you know, we keep breaking records like this. I'm going to start to really enjoy winter. Because this is not a bad record to break.
Yeah, another high temperature record going down today. The record for today's date, 55 in 1946. We obliterated it, 63. Wow. Yeah, this was another one.
Gorgeous day, too, to get out.
Yeah, it was really, really nice. But it's just a reminder that this is not normal. Our perception of things have been really skewed in a very different direction this winter because it's been so warm, so consistently warm. And just a reminder, now's not the time to let our guard down. We can still get big swings in the weather patterns here. Looking ahead, I'm not seeing anything significant. As we look at our weather headlines, we're having some computer issues here, but talking about temperatures in the upper 40s, current temperatures 47 degrees. Heading into tonight, we're looking at overnight lows dropping down into the low 40s, increasing clouds. I'm tracking a round of rain as we head into the day tomorrow. We'll look at the forecasts coming up. Jason, back to you.
Bill, thank you. Take a look at this. This is a
The WKTV Tower Cam is brought to you by the Central Association for the Blind and Visually Impaired. From Central New York's most dependable weather team, here's Chief Meteorologist Bill Curtis.
Good evening. We're tracking a change in the weather. The sunshine, the warm temperatures that we saw today, not quite duplicating itself this week. We're expecting clouds and a few showers tomorrow. These are going to be scattered in nature. The steadiest rain looks to be to the east. Widespread rain on Wednesday, rain early Thursday. We should get a chance to dry out on Friday. That looks to be the nicest day going forward. Live look at the Yorkville Battery, Storm Tracker 2 Doppler radar. All is quiet across central New York. This is the weekend. We spring ahead. We change the clocks Saturday night, and we lose an hour, the new sunrise and sunset times. We'll also move 1 hour forward. The sunrise will be 7:18, the sunset time 7:03. We transition over to daylight saving time, and we'll stay on that until November. Temperatures across the state, 47 in Rome. It's warmer to the west still. Look at these temperatures. Buffalo 60, Rochester 59. It's very warm out there tonight for early March. In fact, we're warmer now than we are typically on any March day, an average March day, I should say. Usually we're in the low 40s this time of the year. We're seeing an increase in cloud cover just to our south. The next area of low pressure is moving in. This is bringing all rain as it travels to the north and east. Just not a lot of cold air. There's just an absence of cold air to work with. That's been the ongoing theme the majority of the winter, and this next weather system, again, doing the same thing. Cloudy skies tonight. Overnight lows drop down into the low 40s. A steady rain breaks out mainly east of Utica. We're going to be on the fringe of this one, so I think a steady rain for the Mohawk Valley, Otsego, Herkimer County, and points east. From Utica west, where the rain generally doesn't fall, temperatures will be noticeably warmer. We'll be near 50 degrees, but where the rain continues throughout the day, highs will only be in the 40s. We get a chance to dry out tomorrow night before the next round of rain arrives on Wednesday. Wednesday's rain looks widespread and steady, and I think even more than what SkyCast is suggesting here, with highs in the low to mid 50s. Increasing clouds tonight, low 43. Tomorrow, steady rain east of Utica, high of 50. Storm Tracker 2 7-day forecast. Widespread light rain on Wednesday, 55. Rain showers early Thursday. We'll get a chance to dry out late in the day. Friday looks beautiful. Sunshine 52. More unsettled weather returns as we head into the weekend. We'll be right back.